What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're talking about 7 very specific fragrances, a couple that I haven't spent time with in a while that I'm falling in love with all over again, some recent additions to the collection that I have absolutely been loving. Point being, these are some winter designer fragrances that I just can't get enough of, and I want to talk to you about them, so stay tuned. Starting with the fragrance that sparked the video topic, we're talking about Stronger With You. Absolutely. Such a magnificent release from the tail end of 2021. My God, this is so good. I've worn it the last several days. I have a decant of it right here, so it's not like it's something I'm just smelling for the first time. And it's one of the sexiest aromas I've ever smelled. My wife digs it. I really love it. It's got this amped up toffee sweetness that's pretty well balanced with the rum to where it's not too boozy, it's not too sweet. The spices here, same thing, they don't really overtake the fragrance at any point. Even though I don't recall the chestnut from the original being in the note breakdown, I believe it's still there because I still smell it as it dries, that dry chestnut note. This is magnificent. It's warm and ambery. I mean, the color of the juice fits the scent profile to me. So inviting, so cozy. Monster performer. This thing has got a great sillage, cuts through the cold like a hot butter knife through butter. Just great. If you haven't gotten your nose on this one yet, you're probably missing out. All of the flankers in this line are pretty good, but for some this might be the best. And in this moment, for me, it's my favorite right now. Again, that's Stronger With You. Absolutely. Next is one that I have been wanting to get back in the rotation. I'm actually wearing it the day this video goes live. This is going to be my scent of the day. It's a beautiful sweet coffee and leather fragrance. It is Salvatore Ferragamo Womo Signature. There was a time when I used to wear this one a good bit a few years back, and it's still just as good. I still feel the same about it. It's very, very good. I still think this is the best one in the line. I know a lot of people like the original Womo. It's a very gourmand, delectable dessert type of smell. Here you still get some of that sweetness. A little bit of that tiramisu vibe is kind of in the backdrop, but it's more about this roasted coffee, soft leather feel to go with kind of an Eros type of sweetness, more so than the dessert sweetness. Beautiful stuff, intoxicating sillage, not super loud, but the sillage does linger on this one. 8 to 10 hour performer in my experience as far as longevity. This stuff is magnificent. One of the best Ferragamos ever put out in their men's fragrance line. If you haven't tried this one yet, you're definitely missing out. Like I said, I'll have links below to everything, so you guys can see if you want to try it out. Maybe get a sample, something like that. But one of the best, great designer to cut through the cold. Salvatore Ferragamo Womo Signature. Next, I've absolutely been enjoying this one, wearing it quite a bit. I've been talking about it a lot on the channel as of late. This is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Le Parfum. Le Male plus added spice from cardamom and this waxy, powdery iris note that's just so delightful. I just love smelling this one. There's a bit of a playfulness to this one. I don't think it's the most formal of designer iris fragrances. I think more Dior Homme Parfum and Dior Homme Intense are a bit more dressy, whereas this is more playful, a little bit more casual, more of a polo shirt than a suit and tie, I think, is the way to go with this one. Bomber jackets when it's nice and cold outside, leather jackets, all of that kind of stuff, quarter zips. This stuff works for that kind of attire in the cooler weather. Beautiful date night fragrance. Again, another one the wife really enjoys that I've just been kind of having a love affair with. I love this fragrance. It's so good. It's absolutely one worth sampling. It's my favorite Le Male flanker. I like it more than any of the other ones I tried and or own. Though I do like a lot of them quite a bit, I absolutely love this one. Definitely worth getting your nose on if you haven't tried it yet. It's fantastic. It's Le Male Le Parfum. Next, we're going right back to the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. This is a recent addition to the collection. Very underrated blue fragrance is the self-titled Ferragamo. Here we have Ferragamo Intense Leather. A little bit of that violet leaf feel from the original with a touch of iris. That doesn't overtake the fragrance. It's more on the soapy side of things. It's has kind of this dirt, earthy tone to it, believe it or not. It's oddly attractive. A little bit of leather, obviously, as the name would imply. It's a soft leather. Performance is really good on this one. It's a little strange at first in the opening, but it definitely dries down into something soft, supple, and very mass appealing. Easy to like, for sure. And performance, like I said, really good on this one. Not a lot of love for this one, but it really deserves it. It's Ferragamo Intense Leather. Next is one of the better affordable amber, vanilla, incense fragrances. Yes, with a little touch of ambroxan. This is great stuff. This is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This is a hype beast, affordable fragrance. I'm not really going to completely call it a cheapie because sometimes it's sub $50, sometimes it's a little over $50, but definitely in that very affordable range for great performance. Delicious vanilla that's not overly spicy, has the warm ambery accord that a lot of people desire in the cooler weather. I know myself included. I love that kind of stuff with a beautiful incense note. I love a good incense note, and it's well balanced here. It's not too much ambroxan. It does provide a little bit of freshness that kind of maintains from start to finish without overtaking the fragrance, because this is no fresh fragrance by any means, but very, very attractive stuff. Great daytime scent in the cooler weather, and obviously a fantastic evening wear choice for going out and having drinks, going to dinner, whatever evening escapades you like to get into in the cooler weather. This one will definitely suit it. Like I said, hype beast in its own right. Gets a lot of love. For good reason, it deserves it. You should check this one out this winter if you haven't yet. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Next, we're going to the house of Giorgio Armani in the Armani Code line. Now, a lot of people are loving the new Parfum. But for me personally, the Eau de Parfum is kind of been the highlight of the line for me. Again, going back to my wife loves this one. This is her favorite. My favorite used to be Profumo, and it's still a close second. It's kind of 1A and 1B with the Parfum. Still really like the Parfum. But I get a fresh, spicy tone here. Nice, soft, powdery tonka bean vanilla tone that the signature of this line is known for, with a soft, woody essence in the backdrop. That light, fresh, spicy tone. That light, fresh, spicy tone in this one at the beginning really does it for me. It's just so easy to like. A little bit of a cooling effect to this tonka bean while not having much of a vanilla ice cream tone. Normally, when I get that cooling effect from a tonka bean vanilla type of smell, it'll have a vanilla bean ice cream kind of tone to it. Whereas here, that's not really the case. It does have a nice sweetness that's not too creamy. More powdery than cream. If you don't like powdery, you may not like this one, but performance is fantastic, super attractive to my wife. I'm not just going to say the ladies in general, because I honestly don't care what other ladies think. I care about what my wife thinks when it comes to the fragrances, and she loves this. She goes gaga when I wear this fragrance. Great to cut through the cold. Performance is fantastic. You just can't go wrong with this one. Check this one out this winter. Armani Code Eau de Parfum. Last but most certainly not least, very masculine, woody, boozy, herbaceous fragrance that I'm adding back to the rotation. I haven't spent any time with it yet this season, and it is magnificent. It's one of the better fragrances I've smelled with this scent profile in a long time. It's Pasha de Cartier Parfum. You cannot go wrong with this. Like I said, sandalwood, boozy, a little resinous. There's a little touch of resins, a light sweetness. I believe there's some myrrh or something along those lines with this, maybe even benzoin. It's very ambery. There's a green spice to it, this herbaceous, almost warm, spicy tone. I think it's more of a freshness at the top, the warmth from the boozy note, and as it settles, it gets warmer from this resin feel. Man, it's masculine, it's classy, it's a little serious, but I wouldn't call it too serious. So you can dress it down. I wear it on the more casual attire side, obviously, but man, is this a great, assertive work fragrance for the office. If you're in an office setting, or if you wear an Oxford to work, suit and tie, anything along those lines, assertive statement maker without being too in your face, because it's very long lasting and it's a little loud at first, but it's Parfum concentration, so it sits a little close to the skin early, after a shorter amount of time. Instead of being a real loud projector, it lingers. It's got a pretty consistent and strong sillage and scent bubble to it. Beautiful stuff. For those of you that like classic fougères but want a modern touch, you want a little bit of a boozy hit that won't make you smell like you've been drinking at work. So don't fear, that's not the case with this one when I talk about the booziness, but just great. Doesn't get enough love. Again, we're talking about Pasha de Cartier Parfum. Well, that's the 7 that I have for you today, and until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What of these 7 have you tried? You can't go wrong here with any one of these. If you want something a little different, go with Ferragamo Intense Leather. You want vanilla and amber incense, you go Mercedes-Benz Club Black. You want cozy, spicy, and boozy, you go Stronger With You, absolutely. And so on. You want something a little bit dressier, Pasha Cartier Parfum. There's a little bit of everything here that's great for cold weather scenarios in this video, at least in my opinion, if you're looking for a great designer. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these 7 and you give them a spray now, I'd be confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.